Welcome to Live at the Blue Box. It is now time for Pop Culture Countdown. Second week in a row. This time we avoided movies. So we went TV, kind of. This is
It is TV.
This is a little different, but it's a little different than what we've been doing.
Yeah.
So this time we're doing... Okay, here's how the show works. We each come in with our top 5 of something, and then we have to boil it down and agree to the top 3. I thought this one was
going to happen.
I thought this was going to be easy. This
really
one
hard.
is the worst because there's 800 things on here.
And I like them all, so you guys are going to be able to sway me in every direction.
Okay, well, you know what?
Because I just can't decide.
I have some very clear ones that I will be able to argue
Well, you
for.
didn't tell them what we're doing.
So what we are doing is Hanna Barberra cartoons.
Yes.
That's
from
what we're
every
doing.
decade.
Yes. Doesn't matter when. It's got to be a cartoon from Hanna Barberra.
Yes. Do we have to introduce ourselves?
We each come up with kind of our own criteria, and we will get to what mine is. Let's introduce ourselves. We'll start with you.
I'm Martha Southgate, co-owner of Southgate Media Group.
I'm Rob Southgate, the other half of that co-ownership. Mm-hmm. And you are?
Chris Mile, co-owner of Blue Box Cafe.
And I'm Kathleen, the other half of that co-ownership.
We need a Kathleen puppet.
You can bring that up.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm
You're
sure
braver than me.
Okay, I want to go first.
What?
I want to go first.
You always go first.
I don't feel like I ever go first, but I probably
You
will.
always go first.
All right, Jetsons.
Jetsons. You're just going to say Jetsons and throw it out there, huh?
Jetsons.
Daughter Judy.
Now, did you
Drop Mike.
Did you put these in order?
No.
So it's just in your top 5?
Yeah, Jetsons. I love everything about it. I loved the characters. I loved the space stuff. I loved that they could push a button and dinner would just pop out of a machine.
Are we going to have all 5 with all 3 votes? I'm just asking.
Do you have
I don't know.
Jetsons?
I don't know if I do or don't.
What do you mean you don't know? It's on your list?
I have the Jetsons on the list.
Okay, do you have Jetsons? You don't even have a list because you didn't even do your work.
I do.
All right.
I do. I got to remember what the ones are. Here, I've got it.
You need to take your shoe off to count?
You got
I couldn't remember.
He has got 4 3/4 shows.
Yeah,
hey.
I don't know
Well, here's the problem.
Yeah, you.
Here's the problem.
You can say yes or no.
No, here's the problem.
What?
There are 2 shows that it goes between. Everything else is very clear. I've got 6 on my list.
Okay.
So I can't, in good conscience, give this a yes.
Okay.
But it may sway. So I'm going to say no.
Uh-oh.
Nope, we had a little technical issue.
That's all right.
It was the hipster Jacob that caused that. No, I'm kidding,
though.
Jacob.
Right. All right, you say no to Jetsons?
I'm going to say no to Jetsons, but I may sway by the
are
end.
you?
It may in the top 3. It might happen.
Who raised you?
There are...
Ooh.
It's
with a Z.
By,
Parents with a Z.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
goes
wish you
by
had
my
done that on the
criteria. When I looked through, and I'm doing it
All
again,
right,
I've got the
just tell us
characters up.
yours, then. Pick one.
Okay. The one I was going between the 2 is an obvious choice, the Flintstones.
Yes, I have it.
I
You
as well
have
have
the
the Flintstones.
Okay, Flintstones. First one we all agree on.
I prefer the Flintstones over the Jetsons, even though
They're different.
technically I like the Jetsons more than the Flintstones. I think the when I think of the stories and the characters, the Flintstones are the complete package.
I vacillated between Flintstones and another one that I thought were too similar that I didn't include on my top 5 that you guys probably have on yours.
Magilla Gorilla?
But because I put
Don't let him choose.
no, but I'm just saying I chose the Jetsons as one just because of a different era,
Yeah,
and
it's
different
totally
different
different.
storyline and different kind of age.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then I thought there was another one that was very Flintstones-esque in its, writing and style
the
and
style
the
and
style and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I chose something else, but
Okay.
Flintstones is our first all 3.
What do you got?
I am going to throw out. I'm going to go a different route and not take the obvious one. I'm going to say Johnny Quest.
No.
Was one of
Mine
mine.
is on there.
Oh, you
Yes.
are not
That was
swaying me.
totally on there.
Okay, and
I've never seen it.
I think it's
Therefore, I will
fantastic,
not
and I
be
think it was
swayed.
really influential.
it was influential. They crossed a lot of barriers for that show.
Yep.
It was very.
Before that, dogs were never allowed in cartoons.
Rin Tin Tin. Oh, no, he wasn't a cartoon.
But
Yeah.
Luck Tin Tin.
But I'm just saying, Johnny Quest had. It was that G.I. Joe kind of era. They were out having adventures internationally.
Yes, and
historically accurate or trying to be historic and kind of combining a lot of things, and I thought it was great.
It reminds me of like Speed Racer. So I wonder
Yep.
when I watch that, I wonder if it had an influence on Japanese television, animated television.
It may have. So.
Or if it was the
All
other
right.
way, but I don't think it was.
I'm not going to sway over to that one.
Yes, you
All
are.
All right. I am going to say Scooby-Doo.
On my list. Not the other iterations. When they introduced
Not
Scrappy-Doo,
Scrappy-Doo.
when they introduced
No.
Dino Mutt, when they
No.
introduced...
But
those
the original
those
Scooby-Doo,
were
Where
fun.
Are You? Is what I'm
Right.
talking about.
Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? That is a must top 3 in my opinion.
Okay, did you?
I had Scooby-Doo as well.
Awesome.
That's
All right.
pretty much my entire childhood was Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
All right.
See, this is where I thought this was going to be harder because I thought we were going to come at it differently.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the real cream rises here. Although I'm
We'll
about
see.
to ruin that.
Yeah. Probably.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am. This is one of their shows that mixed live action and cartoon, but it has to be on here.
Oh, no.
The Banana Splits.
Oh, I love the banana splits, but I didn't put them on there.
And I hesitated.
Do you put
because-
Banana Splits?
I did not.
hesitated because the Banana Splits are live action, but they had all those great cartoons.
Yeah, I don't think
in
it
there.
counts.
Is that like saying the best album is somebody's greatest hits album?
But those cartoons were only on the Banana Splits, so the Banana Splits show should
Does that
fall
include
into the category
Chango?
of animated.
Does that include Chango?
No, Chongo's live action.
I
And you
know,
know
I'm
who
just-
directed that? That was Danger Island was the name of that show.
Yes.
Yes.
And you know who directed those? Chongo.
Yeah,
you know
I
who directed
love
those?
No.
Richard Donner.
Get out of here.
Yes.
What a beginning.
Yes.
Okay, so you didn't have.
You might have
I-
just ruined my argument, though, because that was live action, too.
I know.
But Gulliver's
think it-
Travels, all those
Right.
that were in there, I loved that. No?
No, I'm not switching.
Didn't Quick Draw, wasn't Quick Draw on that?
No, here, I'll tell
No,
you.
I'm just
Quick
saying.
Draw was...
Wait, hang on.
On
Quick
Banana
Draw-
Splits?
No.
It tells me on this.
Oh,
all the
Morocco
shows that
Mole
were
was on
Yes,
Banana Splits.
Morocco Mole
Morocco
was.
Mole was
Hang on.
great, but not in the top 5.
This will tell us.
Or Secret Squirrel. Secret.
Well, Secret Squirrel and
I
Morocco
did
Mole.
love
Yeah.
Secret Squirrel, but I'm still not putting that. Okay.
I did not do the conglomeration shows, but Banana Splits was very influential in my childhood
See,
as well.
And that I was going by the shows that I think were
I gotta
they
find
were
it.
they were influential going forward. Like Flintstones,
Yeah,
so
Honka.
many shows look at that as a blueprint. Banana Splits really is something unique, and it was an anthology show, is what it was. I don't care if it had
I don't know where
live
it went.
action mixed in. It was an anthology show, and it didn't draw like
Live-
Morocco Mole wasn't on another
Right.
show. Gulliver's Travels wasn't on another show, but you waited for those to be in
Right.
the anthology.
I don't know where it went. I can't
It's
find
really good, and I did not use that as I excluded those
Okay.
because the one that I'm going to bring up as my favorite, and it would be my number one,
Oh.
is Super Friends.
I have Super Friends.
Oh!
Because
Wonder Twin Powers
Son of
activate.
a gun.
Okay.
Form of,
and
oh my gosh.
So when you look at your
Yeah.
list, you come up with your top 5, and then you keep scrolling down. I put Super Friends, and if we were going to put in all of the things, you'd have to include the Laugh Olympics with that.
I put
because
Laugh
of,
Olympics.
But because of the whole thing.
You know
but
what?
I'm not going to include that. I'm going to just say Super Friends was mine.
You know what? I put Laugh Olympics because it actually encompassed all of their characters.
Yeah, right.
And so I was
Crap.
like, okay, I'm
But I
just going to
can't-
cheat.
But I didn't put in all
Yeah.
the ones, so.
You know what? I didn't put Laugh Olympics. I put Wacky Races. I thought that
Oh, no.
I
No,
thought
no.
Laugh Olympics was more of
Laugh Olympics was
of
so
a
much
cheaper
better.
version of that. Like it didn't do it for me the way. But Wacky Races. I mean, that was really the show. And think of how many movies have been made now
Right.
that were really just the Wacky Races redone as a
Oh, sure.
movie.
Yeah.
Although wasn't the Wacky Races was originally those Magnificent Men and their flying machines, and what was the other one? The car one with Tony Curtis. That's all that Wacky Races really was. So
Great Race.
great,
and
yeah.
Around
So,
the world and.
yeah. So does that? So I guess
Okay.
I'm already beating my own argument. I think I might have to go to Laugh Olympics because it was
Super
unique and
Friends.
fun.
Well, we'll just say Super
I put
Friends.
Super Friends in because
Super Friends was amazing.
Yeah.
Super Friends it is everything that we would want in live action movies.
Yes.
But it's on
It
that.
was
Okay,
there.
so add him to that.
Yep. So we're
Yeah,
are we-
put
Okay.
Super Friends down for me.
Okay.
So I'm done because I had Jetsons, Flintstones, Scooby-Doo, Super Friends, Laugh. Oh, no, I know. Tom and Jerry.
The Hanna Barberra Tom and Jerry's.
Yeah. They were
No,
the
there's-
ones who created it originally, and it was what started them off, and They won all. That's what they won most of their. Where I should tell you.
You know, Chuck Jones
Hang on.
actually because he did a really great series of Tom and Jerry cartoons.
Right.
Before he did that, he openly criticized that as being just a crap cartoon.
Yeah.
He would always talk about how this is the dumbest thing. So that's why he created Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner.
Right.
He thought that was here's a slap in the face. These are these horrible, stupid cartoons. Take this, and then
It's
Yes.
like the most
everybody
popular
loves
thing.
that.
And who are what are the two biggest cartoons pretty much of all time?
Then he went on to do Tom and Jerry, and
Right.
those are great.
Well, I'll do this after. Okay. So do you?
Do what?
I have some
you got some.
info.
Info. All right.
I did not have Tom and Jerry because of the timing of it. We've already done all 5 of mine.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's because I cheated and did
Yeah, I
6.
got to remember. I had Wacky Races, Scooby-Doo, Flintstones, Johnny Quest, and Banana Splits.
Okay, so what do we agree?
Well, do you have
No, I didn't,
do you have any
but-
other one? There's one that we didn't bring
We
up.
already
and we
agreed.
didn't do it.
Magilla
Yogi.
Gorilla.
I
No,
love Magilla
Yogi
Gorilla.
Bear.
Oh, there's so many. Well, there's okay.
Hold on, but there's Yogi. There's Magilla Gorilla.
Jabberjaw. I used to love.
Jabberjaw's horrible.
Oh, Speed
Dune
Buggy.
Dune Buggy.
Oh
Yep.
my gosh, I loved those shows.
Mel
when I was
Blanc did the voice of Dune Buggy.
Yes, he
Magilla
did.
Gorilla,
Hey, Speed.
Adamant. I used to love Adamant.
Come on,
Secret
that was a
Squirrel,
good
Squiddly
impression.
Diddly.
Did they do Quick Draw McGraw and
And Jabberjaw had the best voice ever. Hey, Jabberjaw.
we didn't bring in the Smurfs.
Oh, God,
No,
no.
ew.
Well, I'm just
dare
saying.
you.
Sorry,
but
Mel.
I'm just saying you're talking
You know what?
about
If you're going to
influential
rank
shows.
them, Smurfs goes right to the bottom. Hong Kong Phooey shoots way up.
Magilla Gorilla's
Captain Caveman.
Captain.
Josie and the Pussycats. I used to
Shmoo.
love that.
Did they do Gem? No, I'm teasing.
No.
Shmoo. Bionic Stooges. That was a great show.
Yes.
They would have bionic arms.
Yeah,
And-
it's
and if you
called
had to-
Speed Buggy, not
you-
Dune Buggy. Speed Buggy. It's
if you
right
had to
there.
slap,
Is
I
it
can
called
do the
Speed
impression.
Racer?
That's all that matters. If Mo had to slap Curly and I was on the other side of the room, his bionic arm would go.
Do you remember?
Take that, shout ahead! It was amazing.
Do you remember Inch High Private Eye?
Of course
Yes.
I do.
Okay, and then Hong Kong Phooey Love.
Hong Kong Phooey. Scatman Crothers, correct?
Yes.
It's
Great
absolutely
Babe.
fan-
Hong Kong
Great Babe.
Phooey.
Great
Hong
Babe.
Kong- Hey, what are you doing?
Did you like Great Babe?
I love Great Babe.
Yeah.
Great Babe was not nearly as good as
Great
Magilla
Babe.
Gorilla.
No,
or,
but it was still good.
Well,
when
again,
you're
this
a
is one of those
kid.
lists where you try to
Yeah,
put it in
You
there.
had Top Cat. Remember that one?
Let's see. Then we have Captain Caveman. We talked
Squiddly
about him
Diddly.
already.
Squid.
Squiddly Diddly. I said
How about
that one.
there was like Robotic Frankenstein? Remember that? They
The
did a lot of that
robotic.
kind of-
They did robotic Stooges.
Yes.
I
30
just spent
seconds
10
delay.
minutes telling people that one and imitating it.
Well, I was reading. I don't listen to you.
It was
She doesn't
Bionic
pay attention to her
Stooges.
podcast when she's doing it. What are you talking about?
Yeah, really. Quick Draw was a classic.
Oh,
Draw.
Shmoo.
I said Shmoo already too.
I love
Huckleberry
Shmoo.
Finn.
Huckleberry Hound.
Huckleberry
Huckleberry
Hound.
Yeah.
Hound.
Space Ghost. But the
Space Ghost was
But-
fantastic.
but
I
the
didn't realize
original
there was
Space
a Space
Ghost-
Ghost other than the one I watch on Aqua Teen. I didn't know there was
you don't
a
watch it
Space
on
Ghost.
Aqua Teen, you watch it on Space Ghost.
On Space
but there
Ghost.
was a
I
like
watched it on
adventure one in
something.
the 70s. But I mean, if we're gonna go
Space
latter
Ghost
day,
was-
then Space Ghost Coast to Coast is the #1 cartoon.
With a bullet.
Yeah.
Did you know that they did a cartoon of Laverne and Shirley in the Army?
Shut up! No, #1.
It
Carmine
aired
Ragusa?
from 1981 to 1982 and was quickly canceled.
What about the Quickie Koala? I see that one on there. Trollkins.
I'm only saying the ones I know. Dirty
Pac-
Dog? I don't know that one.
Pac-
Dirty Dog, you don't. Oh, come on.
Do I know that one? Tell
Dirty
me
Dog
what-
was in the quick draw.
Pac-Man.
Wait, there was the
Mork
Mork and
and
Mindy Laverne and
Mindy.
Shirley Fonz hour. Whoa.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Robin Williams doing cartoon characters.
Oh, Gary
Yeah.
Coleman had an animated show.
Mr. T was also Hanna Barbera then.
And the
Yep.
Dukes of Hazzard animated. Oh,
Notice none of
Monchi-Chi.
these are in the top 5.
Did
The
they do?
Monchi-Chis.
Did they do the start?
Monchi-Chi.
Monchi-Chi, Monchi-Chi, so
Yeah, that's
soft
enough.
and cuddly.
All right, now we're going to get sued for you singing the song.
Yes.
No, they're gonna. It's free advertising for them. Go on
It's-
YouTube.
Captain
Income
Caveman,
potential.
we said.
We did say.
Are we missing anybody? Anyone have a favorite
Anybody?
Hanna Barbera that we're not
Anyone?
saying? No?
Pound
What?
Puppies.
Austin
Pound-
has something.
Is it
Pound
Pound
Puppies?
Puppies? You love Pound Puppies? No. Okay. The completely mental
The Centurion.
misadventures of Edward.
Whoa.
Nice.
That doesn't make it, because if you're
What'd
going
you
to
say?
do that, I'm going to do a deeper cut, Thunder the Barbarian.
Okay,
that was
wait.
the greatest.
Thunder.
Yes.
No.
Thunder, thunder.
Rob, do you remember the completely mental misadventures of Ed Grimley?
No.
Oh. Oh my God.
But that's fantastic.
That's. Ed Grimley.
Oh, my
Yeah.
I do remember that.
And now she's just getting to the 90s.
Bill and Ted.
Holy cow.
Did they do a Bill and Ted's animated
They
adventure?
did
So what is
The
our- what is
Adventures
our
of
top
Don
five?
Quixote and Sancho Panza.
What is our top
Don
five here?
Quixote.
Okay, so
Don
we have
Quixote.
threes.
What are they?
automatically.
Yeah, we're
I wanna
already
see-
done.
I want to see if I'm going to go with that.
Flintstones, Scooby-Doo, and Super Friends.
I think it should be Jetsons.
Wow, I can't believe Johnny Quest didn't make it.
No,
Me
John, I'm
neither.
not backing
I
down.
knew somebody was not going to vote for that, so.
I say definitely Flintstones over Jetsons.
You do? Okay.
I definitely.
don't.
You know what?
Oh.
I'll agree to this because Super Friends was
They
huge.
did
So, what?
the Powerpuff Girls.
Great. That's awesome.
I love it, but
I know.
that's
I'm
not
just
making
saying,
it.
I love them.
That's not making
And
it.
Dexter's Laboratory.
Yeah, they also did Cat Dog and Chicken or Cow and Chicken and all that kind of stuff too.
All this.
Did they do Two Stupid Dogs? That was a great show. Two Stupid Dogs. Two
Oh, I
Stupid
love
Dogs.
that show. Okay. Anyway, there.
All right,
All
so
right.
we have 3 with 3.
All right, here we
We
go.
have the Flintstones, Scooby-Doo, and Super Friends.
All right, so for tonight, which is the
Well, we don't know what
17th
we haven't
Wait,
ranked
I'm
them
not
yet.
done.
We're not. We have to
Oh, we're
rank
not.
them.
What do we got?
I have some information.
Oh,
Okay. So they
somebody-
won 8 Emmys and 7 Academy Awards in all these decades. So I guess that's not
That's
that
it.
many.
That's pretty.
For animated, it probably is good.
Yeah. No, I know it's very
Well, and
good.
actually, they were the first ones with Tom and Jerry. That was the first animated series to ever win an Emmy. So that was kind of a big deal. Joe
I'm kinda surprised
Barbera.
it wasn't
You don't need to
Flintstones.
look it up for me, Peg, because I already
But
did.
that Tom and Jerry was before the Flintstones.
Joe Barbera was born in 1911 and died in 2006.
Wow.
95 years old. So,
That's old stuff.
and Bill Hanna was born in 1910 and died in 2001. And I thought this was interesting. He got married in 1936, and he stayed married to her for 64 years in Hollywood. I think that's a big deal.
They obviously did.
Well, that's because he
podcasts.
never did a movie with Angelina Jolie. Thank
right.
you.
And Hanna Barbera
Or
Studios.
Elizabeth Taylor.
Right.
They have produced over 3,000 animated half-hour shows.
Wow.
3,000. That's it.
That is pretty amazing.
Yogi Bear.
And we didn't put Yogi on there, and Yogi arguably is one of the most recognizable
Right.
franchises in the cartoon
I
industry.
know, and it
but
but you know
Well, no, but
what?
It deserves the shout out like the other ones.
this
do.
is the thing that I did when I looked at Flintstones and Yogi Bear. I thought they were too similar and too timely that it was one or the other. I always look at the Flintstones as the honeymooners in
It is.
cartoon, which
That's
is great.
absolutely what it is.
And it's fantastic, and I love that show, so I thought it was great. Scooby-Doo, what show doesn't make a reference
Yes.
to Scooby-Doo right now?
Right.
It's amazing, and Super Friends is
It's super.
it's
what
hours.
half our
I mean,
entertainment now
Yeah.
is.
it is. I mean, and it when I was
It's
a
what
child,
most of our podcasts
well,
are.
it is, but it spawned
Can you
literally
imagine if
Saturday
they-
morning cartoons.
Yeah.
It took the whole thing for 8-10 years.
If they
to make it.
relaunched Super Friends now, and they didn't do it dark, they did it exactly like that, you would have the dark DC universe and you'd have the Super Friends, and it would be
Right.
just as awesome.
And the Legion of
Maybe
Doom,
more awesome.
yeah, it would be.
So that's it? Okay, so for today, November 14th, 2015, we have to be specific because it could change by tomorrow. But we're saying
Yes.
that the 3 best or top?
Well,
Just
have,
our top
Are we
3.
ranking them or
Our
not?
top 3.
No? Okay, we're not ranking
Hanna
them.
Do we
Barbera's.
normally?
We
Flintstones.
rank every time we rank them.
Oh, we want to rank it? Okay,
I
let's
don't know
rank
how
it.
this show works.
Well, I don't remember what we have. We have
I
Super
only
Friends,
did it last
Flintstones,
week. I shouldn't
Scooby-Doo.
do.
Scooby-Doo. Okay.
Okay,
My rank?
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo 1.
Flintstones, Super Friends.
So
I go with that.
Okay.
Are you good with that?
No, I'm not, because I think Super Friends is number 1.
No.
Yeah,
I don't
of
think
course.
so. I think Scooby-Doo's number 1. I would argue that Flintstones and Super Friends could switch, but
I would put Super Friends as number 2 if you wanted to, but Scooby-Doo needs to be number 1.
Scooby-Doo
Okay,
needs to be number
Scooby-Doo
one.
and a tie for second. I can go with Scooby-Doo tie for second.
okay.
Let's do that.
Let's do that. Good enough. All right, so that's it. Thank you for listening, everybody. Thank you, Blue Box. Doctor Who coming up next.
Next, soon.
And thank you, everybody. Have a great night.
Thanks, guys.